All right. I want to start by giving all glory and praise unto the Lord Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Brakatah Yahawah, Brakatah Yahawashi, Brakatah Yahawah, and Brakatah Yahawashi. I want to give all glory and praises unto those holy and powerful names of Yahweh being the Father and Yahawashi being his only begotten Son. This is Brother Malachi coming at you again through the spirit and power of Yahawashi Shah, coming in the way of the Ba'ashem Kakodash, which is the Holy Spirit of truth. All right. And like I said before, this Brother Malachi coming at you again with another lesson. I don't know whether to make this video more than likely be like some type of open forum, because through the spirit there is a lot of stuff that is going on in the news and in the world as a whole right now, and it all points to ultimately prophecy coming to pass. And brothers through the spirit should be continuing to keep their eyes open, eyes peeled for further escalation and tension that that we're currently seeing in the world right now. And before I play this video, I just want to say a few things on it, because we're getting closer and closer ultimately into the times of Jacob's trouble as it begins to intensify. The very same thing that we're going to be saved out of if we endure into the end and continue to have faith in our Lord Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. But there's a few things. Let me see. Go to my photos here before I play this video. It's right here. I took a little screenshot. Because I felt like it was edifying. Of just the latest developments in the world. Ultimately, things are getting much worse. Very bad. Evil times is coming upon the people, and the people are in distress. People are in perplexity. We're going to get the scriptures, because the scriptures to the spirit of Yahawashi, they echo this sentiment of doom, famine, death, all types of calamity. The scriptures speak about it being brought upon the inhabitants of Babylon. And not only just Babylon, but other various places as well, because there's other various places other than Babylon the Great, which is America, that's going through upheaval, racial tensions, conflicts, riots. They're out there protesting. All hell ultimately breaking loose, man. But it is only going to intensify as the scriptures speak on. It speaks about this being the beginning of sorrows, as things escalate and get worse and worse. And that's the only thing that's going to happen, is things going to get worse. And the prophets of the Lord willing, will be of that number, are out here on the highways and byways, constantly making the sit downs and the videos as far as going out to the highways and byways, letting you know what time that we're in, and we're measuring those times via the prophecies of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. All right, because ultimately things are going to get much worse, and we're seeing that. And right now, as things do intensify and do get worse, which I'm finna get a preset before I get the video and everything, and we're gonna get into that photo. Because I feel like this video should be more of an open forum. Damn, I forgot just that quick what I was finna get. It's a lock here. What pre? I was finna get a precept. Okay, I was like, be tripping, and So let me see. Let's get that in Matthew the 24th chapter. Before we get any videos and anything like that, man, we're entering into some very exciting and at the very same time perilous times, because we understand through the spirit that the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi has come to send fire upon the earth. All right, the Lord has come to send a sword upon the earth. The Lord ain't coming in a peaceful way. Okay, and we're gonna get that. Salakia. Let me start here in Luke. Let's go up a little bit. Let's start at 49. Salakia. So yeah, let's start at 49. It says Hamashiach divides men. All right, and that's what we're seeing on a high level is division, right? Because nation is going against nation, people against people. All right, category against category. And I say that to say this because Esau Edom likes to put you in a category. So therefore, if you're gay, then you're in that category, or if you're a Democrat, then you're in that category of being a Democrat or a Republican, and they set these particular categories against each other. So there's always going to be a you versus them or a versus battle, and that creates a level of division. No one's fully agreed. All right, but we here, Lord willing, we be of that number. We be of the hopeful elect, and we have been given this wisdom and understanding from Yahawashi from on high to prophesy the downfall of this wicked defiled kingdom. We, Lord willing, like I said before, we being of that number, being the hopeful elect, we are the only ones in the earth that are on the same accord, that are on the same page. All right, we are not divided against each other, because the true men of the Lord, the ones with sound doctrine, okay, we're not going to be divided against each other. We're not going to be teaching one thing and then another camp is teaching another thing, because any other camp that's teaching outside of the sound doctrine or the truth, as it were, are false prophets, or they're not men of the Lord and they're going off and they need to repent and teach the sound doctrine. All right. We're not going around going like, oh, the MOTB is the mark of the beast, which it is, and then someone else is teaching it another whole way. No. The only ones on the earth that's not divided against itself, is the men of the Lord, is Yahawah, the first fruits, all right, which you're going to teach the sound doctrine, all right, and that sound doctrine ultimately, with that belief and faith within that doctrine is gonna result in salvation and immortality. We're gonna reap these things, through the Spirit from this particular doctrine. All right, there's only one particular doctrine, 100%, that's gonna lead to the salvation of the hopeful elect, and ultimately, get delivered. All right, there's only one doctrine. All right, if you're teaching one thing that's off, or you're not teaching the names, or you're not teaching, or you're teaching, we're gonna get delivered, but then we're gonna have to fight the our enemies once the Lord. And like, no, bro, no. There's only one doctrine. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna lead to salvation ultimately, and the men of the Lord are teaching that doctrine. All right, and there's people, false prophets and hirelings that are not teaching that doctrine, or getting paid or incentivized to teach against the true doctrine of the Lord. All right, and a part of the doctrine that we're teaching is division, and the fact that nations and people are going to rise against people, and people, even people that look like you, are going to rise up against you, your own nation, and your nation against another nation, but there's gonna be infighting, and there's gonna be division on a low level to the high level, all right, which is gonna create chaos. All right, so real quick, let's get into this Luke 12:49. It says, "I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I be if it already be kindled?" So the Lord Yahawashi, when he returns and he make his second coming again within his chariot, his father's ship, which is the chariot, the heavenly vehicles of the angels of Yahawashi, okay, because it says in Revelations 1:7 that the Lord ultimately, roughly paraphrasing, that every eye was going to see him, and it's going to be made possible by the vehicles of the Lord, the chariots, the chariots of fire, as they are called in the scriptures. Okay, and what are we identify as the vehicles and chariots of the Lord today? Okay, and those are going to be the very same instrument, and a a very important instrument, paramount instrument in us getting delivered from this man's wicked defiled kingdom. We need those chariots to beam us up ultimately, or we're cooked, or we're finished. All right, and the chariots are very important. But once again, it says, I am come to send fire on the earth. So ultimately, the Lord is come to send straight chaos, perplexity, anarchy, that's going to be on the earth. And the only ones that's not going to be in this type of state and divided against each other is going to be the elect, because the elect are all hoping for the same thing, all hoping to gain that same penny, roughly paraphrasing that parable. We're trying to get that penny. We're all trying to get that same penny. Some of us came in late and some of us came in early, but yet we're going to receive that same penny, which representation is the kingdom. And that's what we're looking forward to. Reading again, it says in verse 50, reading on, it says, "But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it be accomplished?" So just like the Lord had a particular lot and a work that he had to do, we here, Lord willing, be of that number. We have a work as well, and that work is to prophesy the downfall of this wicked foul kingdom and let the people know, okay, mainly our people, consisting of the hopeful elect, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, let you know that Yahawashi is on his way. All right, he's on his way back. He's making his grand second return again. He's on his way back to bring forth righteousness, because right now what we're living under is this man's wicked defiled rulership. And the scriptures speak about in Proverbs 21, roughly paraphrasing, which I will get after this, a little bit, that roughly paraphrasing, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. And I'm finna, I got articles, not articles, but I got a few videos and actually just one video. And, but if brothers have been paying attention, people have been complaining and mourning of this man's unrighteous rulership. People don't want to go to work. People fire ultimately and chaos is being set up on the earth. Okay, people are really ready to crash the fuck out. That should be like the new slogan. People are ready to crash the fuck out. All 2024, all 2025. All right, because nothing but chaos and death is going to be brought upon the earth, man. And if you don't know what's going on, then you need to be listening to the prophets of the Lord and getting that understanding and getting built up, and getting edified, subscribe and be edified, But it says, I have a baptism to be baptized with, and I am straitened till it be accomplished. It says in verse 51, suppose ye that I am come to send peace on earth. So a lot of misconceptions and things of that nature is that the Lord Yahawashi has come to send peace on earth. The Lord is not coming to send peace on earth. The Lord is rather come to send what? It says, suppose I have come to send peace on earth. I tell you, nay. Nay is old English for no. Hell no. Fuck no. No. The Lord is not coming to send peace. There will be no peace. There will only be peace for the nation of Israel concerning the elect. Because that's who the Lord is ultimately come to deliver and to save out of this coming calamity and destruction. Okay, because this coming calamity and destruction, which I'm finna get into and finna play some videos and go into a few things, is ultimately for the wicked of the earth. All right, the wicked of two-thirds, the wicked Israelites, these wicked ass heathens. The destruction is for them. The Lord is finna beautify and give the kingdom unto his people. First and foremost, starting off with the elect. So the elect are paramount in importance. But it says here, suppose ye that I come to send peace on earth. It says, nay, but rather division. It's division. The Republicans divided against the Democrats, ultimately. But if you are tuned in to the political scheme and you actually give a fuck about who wins and all that, then you're bugged out, man. Okay, the only thing you should be concerning yourself with is praising and fearing the Lord Yahawashi. Because the left wing, the right wing, the Democrats, the Republicans, they don't got nothing good cooked up for you. They don't got your best interest. The only one that truly has your best interest at heart is Yahawashi and the brotherhood, Lord willing. That's it. It don't matter who in office. It don't matter none of that, bro. Fear Yahawashi, repent and get yourself right, because the Lord's finna send destruction. These people are not in rulership. These people don't truly have power. They don't have power, really. The real power comes from Yahawashi and the knowledge, all right? And the Lord said he controls all this shit down here. So you want to vote for this person, vote for this man. The Lord's determination, the Lord's will is to destroy this place. So there's nothing that you can really do, and there is no hope for Babylon. Ultimately, that's what the prophets. That's what we're saying. That's what the Lord is saying through the mouthpieces of the of the prophets of the Lord's mouthpieces. That's what we're saying. Okay, ultimately, what the Lord is saying through the scriptures. But here going on, it says, "For henceforth shall five in one house divide, and three against two, and two against three." All right, so it's gonna be hell out here. Finna be chaos, and we're seeing this not only on a nation scale as far as individual nations, Babylon, UK. I know there's conflicts going on in Britain. Racial conflicts going on between the Muslims over there and migrants and those people over there in England and in the UK. They're having racial tensions and things of that nature. And then you have tensions over here in Babylon due to the elections, and as well. There's another place. You got Venezuela, tripping. Then you got Bangladesh. They over there rioting, and hey, it's global unrest. It's looking bad out here, man. And ultimately, what is the signs of? It's signs of the coming of our Lord Yahawashi. It's ultimately the Lord is getting ready to make his second coming upon the earth again. But hey, it's going to be, before the Lord does touch down, ultimately it's going to be chaos. It's going to be a very chaotic environment, okay? And the only way to survive that chaotic environment is to believe in the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, and hope ultimately to be predestinated to be the elect, because, anyway, it says, "For henceforth there should be five against one, and three against two, and two against three. The father shall be divided. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father." All right, now this is going into personal conflicts, because like I just remember what I was saying. So just like, hold on, Salakia. So just like, nations on a high level is being divided, even to the low level of like families, personal family. You're gonna be divided on that level too. Because then you got the haves and you got the have-nots. Ultimately, you got you took the juice or you didn't take the juice, or you're for the new world order or you're not for it. It's all, they're gonna put you in a category, and when they put you in a category, then they have their excuse to go ahead, label you what they want to label you, and go ahead and get rid of you. All right, because they're only looking, at least for this new world order that Esau Edom wants to get off the forefront. They're only looking for the people that's gonna, ultimately, that's gonna, bow down and bend the knee, ultimately, unto this man's system, which the hopeful elect are not gonna do, because we have, we don't have hope in this place. We know that Yahweh Shemashah is finna destroy this place anyway. But it says, the father shall be divided against the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, and the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. So it's going to be a complete conflicts, man. There's let me jump here to verse 54. Read on. It says, "And he said also to this people, when you see a cloud arise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is." So ultimately, the ancient biblical Israelites in Judea at the time, they could understand and discern when bad weather and bad things were, ultimately gonna come upon the horizon. That was going to be near. But ultimately, as they can do that with the weather, they can't discern the times that they're in. They can't discern that the fact that these, you Israelites, and even the hopeful elect, you're in danger. All right, Jacob's trouble, and Esau Edom's finna come down upon you having great wrath, because ultimately he wants to bring forth his new world order, and if you're not compliant with that, then you will be put to death. There will come issues. You will be, ostracized from society, and you're going to have to step out on complete faith in that time. It says, "Ye hypocrites, you can discern the faith of the sky." It says, "You can discern the faith of the sky and the earth, but what is it you cannot discern these times?" So, and the times they couldn't discern was, 70 AD, but just like, there's nothing new under the sun. Is going to, 70 AD, in the siege, all that is going to happen again unto our people, because Esau's gonna come down having great wrath, man. All right, in that siege, hey, they encompassed, the Israelites during that time roundabout. That's the same thing that these migrants and that your enemies are doing, because Jake is everywhere. Okay, ultimately Jake is scattered throughout the four winds, man. But Jake is surrounded by their enemies, man. Wherever you are, you're surrounded by an enemy. You know, and an enemy is anyone outside of the truth. Anybody that's outside of this faith of the Lord, Yahawashi, can easily be turned into an enemy. Because what you think people are gonna do when all shit hit the fan, and they don't got no food, and you got food, or they see you doing well over there, and they over here, running out of goldfish to eat, type shit. That's gonna create a conflict. Anyone outside this faith, man, are liable to turn into your enemy, and because they have hope. They have hope in this place. They're desperate. So hey, you gotta be careful. You gotta watch these people. You understand? But that's what I wanted to get on that real quick, and we're gonna touch on that. Let me see. Actually, let me get one more precept. Salakia. Damn, hold on. I gotta close this shit. Hold on. Salak. Let me get this precept right here, because I feel like this goes with the lesson here, right here. Hold on. This is Luke 23. Let's start at 29. Luke 23:29 says, "Behold, the days are coming in which they shall say, Blessed are the barren." All right, and this was the time of the siege, 70 AD, and forward. But like I say, ain't nothing new under the sun. The same things that happened then is gonna happen again. All right, it says, "Blessed for the days that come, which shall say they are barren." It's like which are blessed are the barren. All right, because we're coming into those days, and coming to a terrible time that has never been such on like upon earth according to the scriptures. So it's gonna be better for you not to have no damn children, or not to be pregnant in that day, because that will be only a burden almost, because it will slow you down, But it says, "Blessed are the barren in the wombs that never bear, and the paps that never gave suck." It says in verse 30, "They shall begin to say to the mountains, fall on us, and to the hills, cover us." All right, because it's gonna be that much hail, and that much it's gonna be that bad. You're gonna want to be hidden in that day, but the only way to be truly hidden in that day is via Yahawashi. Like it speaks about in Psalms the 91st chapter, when it goes into abiding in the shadow of the Almighty. Ultimately, that's being in this truth and having this faith. All right, because having this faith and having this truth is gonna basically allow you to be stable in that time of a very chaotic and evil time. All right, because you've been comforted via the scriptures, because you know that these things must come to pass. All right, these are the beginning of sorrows. We're not bugging out. Oh, it might be a draft soon. Okay. Oh, what World War III is, according to the scriptures, is going to be brought upon the earth soon. We're not. We here at the we here, Lord willing, we are the prophets. We're not bugging out. We're like, okay, yeah, like good. This is happening, because what, we understand prophecy. All right, these things must come to pass, lest we never get out of here. And ultimately, we want to get beamed up. We want to get up out of here. Nobody want to be here. This place is wicked as all hell. You know what I mean? Ultimately want to get out of these bodies. All right, this sinful flesh. All right, this body has been an Achilles heel unto the children of Israel for since Genesis, man. All right, we want to get out of this flesh, man, through the Spirit, and be like unto our Lord Yahawashi, and enter into that second covenant through the Spirit, which was made with the children of Israel, and only the children of Israel, consisting Salakia, of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But it says then they shall begin to say, mountains fall upon us, into the hills cover us, because of the hail that they're going to be catching it. But it says here in verse 31, the point says, for if they do these things in the green tree. So right now you can consider this the green tree, because you can still go out and do, sort of what you want. You can still go out, you want to hit Mickey D's up, you want to hit Wendy's up and get 100 nuggets, even though it's terrible for you, ultimately because it's GMO. You can do that. You want to go to the wing spot, you can, wing, they getting a little expensive. Not gonna lie, but look, hey, you can still do that. It's still the green tree. You know what I mean? But we're really finna enter into the dry tree, man. When food is gonna be scarce, when people gonna be murdering each other, when love of many is gonna wax cold. You know what I mean? Through the spirit. Women gonna be getting graped. Slocky, my bad, graped. They gonna be getting graped. Grape is coming back in style at a very unprecedented rate. That's all a part of the. And people are doing the grape in the green tree. They're doing great right now. But what more when there is no 911, when shit hit the fan? You know what I mean? When the Lord brings that fire. Okay, when the Lord kindles that fire before he comes back. When chaos comes, man. When shit hit the fan. That's what we're preparing, Lord willing, the hopeful elect for. Preparing ourselves for. And ultimately being comforted through these scriptures, knowing that this hell and this destruction must come, lest we don't get our kingdom. But it's a part of the prophecies. Hey, hell, this evil and all this, destruction must come. It is what it is. But the end is not yet. But it says here, for if they do these things in the green tree, what shall be done in the dry? All right. So keep that in mind, man. We're still in the green tree. Ultimately a little bit. But we're finna enter to the dry tree when shit is finna hit the fan for these people, because truly they don't have any hope in the Lord. Like they trust in their uncertain riches. Okay, they trust in their debt notes, and it's gonna be their undoing ultimately. So let's get a little bit of the video. We're gonna play the video ultimately, and I like to do now is we're gonna play the video and we're gonna get respective precepts, as the video goes on, as he talks about what he talks about. But as well, if you pay attention to the video, you see that there's precepts on the video. So hey, look, I don't really gotta go and get any precepts. Well, I can get my respective precepts, but if there's precepts on the video, like you can see there's precepts right there. Second Esdras 16 and 37. I can just read that precept and go and break it down and go into it, because it's right there. And so, but this video is called Plagues are Not Slack. All right. So there was another precept I wanted to get. Right. All right. So we're gonna play this in But it says here, it says here, 2nd Esdras 16:37 says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Ultimately, those plagues are those plagues of Egypt, not the very same plagues of Egypt, but America is a spiritual Egypt. Seeing Revelations. Let me see. Also, like you fuck. So okay, but yeah, like I was saying, this kingdom that we're currently in is a spiritual Egypt for us, according to the scriptures. This is Revelations 11:8. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city representation of Babylon the Great, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Sodom because of the high level wickedness as far as homosexuality, transgenderism, pedoism, all types of madness is allowed here. All right, because this place is wicked as hell. All right, and it's going to be one of the many reasons why this place actually gets destroyed by nuclear, thermal, ICBM missiles. Okay, all right, but this place is it practices a lot of witchcraft. Okay, scriptures speak about it in Revelation 17 chapter as it being the mother of harlots. All right, mother of harlots, going into all types of different doctrines and things that are against the Lord Yahawashi, and as well as it being the actual place of physical harlots, because there's a lot of whorish women here who have been given liberty to gad abroad and do wickedness. via Esau. All right, and that's another reason this place is going to be destroyed. The liberty of women to go off and do wickedness, and there's no punishment for it. All right, but ultimately, hey, it is what it is. It says, in their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. All right, and the Lord Yahawashi was not crucified over here in America, but the image of our Lord Yahawashi was crucified, as far as what he stands for, as far as the truth, was crucified for a particular period of time. Manhood was X'd out, and now they bring forth all these abominations. All right, but ultimately, his image is being revived, via his prophets, because we're out here on the highways and byways speaking the actual truth about how he looked, about what he's coming to do, about, who his people are, what they look like, what color they were, and basically, going into the heritage of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes and so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of the seed, because this is a seed line thing. This is an Israelite thing, okay? Of the seed, we're actually the physical descendants, okay, of Jacob, man, coming back into our inheritance. Okay, Lord willing, will be at a number, all right, to receive the second covenant promise and the promises that have been written from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The remnant, the elect are going to receive those promises, and it's going to branch off onto the wicked 2/3 that are going to come back in reincarnation. But right, that's Revelations 11:8. This place is a spiritual Egypt and a spiritual Sodom for us, man. All right, because of the works that it exhibits. So when you get into this video, it speaks about Salakia. When you get into this video and it speaks about 2nd Esdras 16, and it speaks about how plagues shall be brought, those same plagues that Egypt got plagued with, the Lord's finna bring different plagues upon this new Egypt, the spiritual Egypt. All right, and he's finna bring greater plagues. The Lord is ultimately gonna outdo himself. See, the plagues of Egypt were very fearsome indeed, as far as darkness, frogs. What else they had? Just off the top of my head, the plagues. The death of the firstborn, all that type of high level judgment that the Lord brought upon that particular kingdom. The Lord is going to bring even more high level judgment on a whole different scale than people can even fathom or can be even used to. Even though we're telling you it's going to be brought, people are still going to be surprised at how the high level death that the Lord Yahawashi is going to issue out here in these last days. And the only way to ultimately not get fucked up is to believe in the Lord Yahawashi and come back and return. Okay, we're reaching out our hands, stretching out our hands where the Lord is through the prophets, stretching out his hand, telling you to come back and repent. If you can hear, if you can hearken, if you can you have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, what's going on in the earth is only going to intensify to a point of where it gets way worse. And the only way, to get out of here is to believe in the Lord, or to believe in Esau and his new world order and his chip, ultimately, which is the RFID chip. Okay, that's going to be used to bring in some type of order in society. Once society, financially everything collapses, okay, they're gonna want to bring forth that chip, and that chip is going to be some type of order to the people who are going to be used to, at that point, disorder. People can be murdering each other. It's going to be bad. All right, so they're going to see that chip as a way of salvation, as a way of, everything, returning to normal or some type of normalcy, quote unquote. But ultimately, it's going to lead to you getting fucking destroyed, okay, especially if you're an Israelite. Okay, seeing Revelations, the 14th chapter, starting at, I want to say, verse 9 and going on 10. So Revelations 14 and 9 and 10. I believe, I could be wrong, but it goes into, how the Lord's going to, destroy you with fire and brimstone, and you're going to be destroyed in the presence of the Lamb and everything through the Spirit, roughly paraphrase. But it said, this is 2nd Esdras 16 and 39. It says, even so shall the plagues be not slack and come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and the sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So shit is finna get bad. Shit ain't finna get good. Okay? And we're finna, we're gonna read every precept that's in this video and break it down and apply it to, the things that's going on right now. And as well, the brother that's in this video, he's finna break it down. He's finna go into all the chaotic situations that's going on in the earth right now. And he's asking the question like, shit, what's going on? Well, ultimately what's going on is Yahawashi is sending fire upon the earth. All right, the Lord is visiting this place. Now, before I get this precept, let's get that precept, and then we're gonna play the video. Bear with me here through the Spirit. Just bear with me. Let's get that, because the Lord is visiting this place. That's why shit is getting. That's why shit is getting like this. Salakia. Let's get that. Let's get that. Let's get that. Hold on. What the hell? Salakia. Hold on. The Lord shall begin. Yeah. That's second Ezra. Yep. The second Ezra is 9 and 2. That shit is known. Let's get it. Let's get the full chapter. We're not gonna read the full chapter. We just want to get a little bit here. We're gonna start at the point. We're gonna get right into it. It says, "Then shall thou understand." This is the very same time we're in the highest being Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi. Well, the highest being Yahawah, all right, but Yahawah is gonna send Yahawashi to go ahead and fuck this place up, all right. Ultimately, because why? This place in this kingdom is unrighteous and is against the ways of the Lord Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. The whole image of the beast, which is the whole system, everything in conglomerates, everything at work at once. This place is wicked. All right, and this place has been given into the hand of the wicked. Seeing Job 9 and 24, we know that this place has been given into the hand of these Edomites. Okay, these so-called white people. All right, these so-called white men, these so-called white women, and these so-called white children. Okay, these are all the children of the devil. All right, these are all children of the wicked, man, according to the scriptures. All right, because there's 3 classifications of men. All right, you got the sons of God. All right, or the Israelites, who they were later known as Salakia. You got the sons of men, okay, everyone outside the children of Israel and Esau, all right. And then you got the sons of the wicked, who are the Edomites, all right. And the Edomites just so happen to have rulership of the earth at this current point in time, all right. And they have rulership of the earth because it was prophesied it was prophesied that they would have rulership in the fatness of the earth, in the dew of heaven, and they were going to claim it and get that blessing via the sword, and they have accomplished that in these last days, all right. As you can see, all right. So the Lord ain't a power that he should lie, all right. The Lord said that they were going to have rulership, and they have it. And the Lord said that we was going to bring Esau down, and we will, okay. When the scriptures speak about how Jacob's hand held onto Esau's heel, spiritually representing that we're going to take him down. We got him now. We got him by the heel, but the way that's going to be done is not going to be done through arbitrary means of ultimately, we have guns, we have weapons, we have armies. No, we do have an army, but it's a spiritual army. It's we got the angels and on on all sides, ultimately. So we're bringing down this kingdom through the faith that we have and through believing on the words that the Lord Yahawah Shem Yahawashi ultimately has been written for us to believe in aforetime. Okay, that's how we're bringing down this place. That's how we're bringing down, this particular kingdom is through prophecy, man. It's through Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. Okay, and believing on what he said he was going to do. All right, at the end of the day. All right, we don't got guns. We don't have fucking weapons. We don't got knives and shit. Okay. And some brothers actually, Salakia, some brothers do have weapons, but they're not gonna put their complete and utter faith in a weapon to defend them against all types of matter of chaos and calamity and death that's finna be brought upon the nation and brought upon the people. All right, because nigga, you can have all the weapons you want. You can have 100 shotguns. When you run out when you run out of food, you run out of food. You can't eat your gun. You can't eat bullets. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to need something. When famine hit, you can have all the weapons in the world. Famine is still famine. All right, you're going to need to have the Lord Yahawah Shem Yahawashi to execute protection for you in that time, because there's no other way. or you're gonna take your shotgun and your weapons of whatever you have, and go house to house to which the scriptures prophesies about, going door to door, spoiling each other for their goods. The scriptures speak about that, but that's the only way you're gonna be able to avoid famine, and the Lord's still going to kill you. Because if you're not part of the elect, you're going down. So you can have all the weapons. You can be as big as you want to. You can be 6'8". You can be 6'8", 300 pounds. No, 6'8". No, that's unrealistic. You can be 6'6", 280. You can bench press everything. You can bench press a human yourself. Guess what? If the Lord Yahawashi ain't dealing with you, then guess what? You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it. Anyway, this is 2nd Esdras 9, and I'm gonna start right at the point. This is verse 2. It says, "Thou shalt understand that it's like it says, then thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." He's visiting his world. He's visiting the world which he made via plagues and calamity. He ain't visiting this place, on some gumdrops and ice cream and everything's gonna be okay, kumbaya. No, it's gonna be hell to pay. All right, for you wicked Israelites and for you wicked, Edomites and you other nations. All right, it says in verse 3, "Therefore, when thou shalt see up of earthquakes and upwards of the people." All right, and we're seeing that. We're definitely seeing that. It says earthquakes and upwards of the people. And we're seeing that in the earth right now, and the very same things that we're seeing right now in the earth is going to intensify. Now, it just spoke about earthquakes. Okay, let's get before we're not gonna get a precept. I just want to get a video, because there was I think there was an earthquake recently, like a 5 point something in like China or Taiwan or some shit. Let's see. See, there's an earthquake. There was just an earthquake in Japan. So we're seeing this shit. So let's look real quick. It says they're calling it a mega quake because it was a 5.2, and that's very high on the Richter scale. That can destroy some shit. Okay, so we're seeing that. We're seeing what the Lord he told us that we were going to see, and we're going to see it even more. It's going to intensify, because it's not going to be just one earthquake. It's not going to be just one uproars and everybody go home, and no, it's going to be a constant intensifying type of thing. All right, but here it says 3 hours ago that I guess it happened a little, like a couple of days ago or a day ago, but let's click this video right here. Oh, was it a 7.1?
Rated Teen.
A first-of-its-kind warning across Japan Thursday for a long-feared megaquake, following a powerful 7.1 magnitude earthquake that rocked the country's southern coast. Reverberations felt for miles, caught on cameras in offices along the coast and at an airport.
Please evacuate right now.
Tsunami warnings issued following the quake, urging some residents to leave the seaside, but so far, injuries and damage have been minimal. Researchers have long warned of a megaquake, 8 or 9 magnitude, potentially even more damaging than the 9.1 that set off a tsunami in 2011 and ravaged Japan's northeast coast. The disaster, one of the worst in this century, killing more than 18,000 people, leaving parts of the country in ruin, including a nuclear disaster at Fukushima that rattled the world.
There was a magnitude 7.3 earthquake that happened 2 days before that earthquake. And about 5% of the time, we see that there is an earthquake called foreshock that precedes a larger event.
Japan sits on the circum-Pacific belt known as the Ring of Fire, where tectonic plates meet, leading to lots of quakes and volcanic activity. The U.S.'s Pacific coast also on the Ring of Fire. Southern California just getting hit with the 5.2 magnitude quake Wednesday. Experts believe we should be ready for one of those mega quakes too.
Right. And you don't think the Lord Yahawashi ultimately is not going to send that mega quake, or not going to send that destruction? He will, Hey, but everything is in his time, We understand that this man is going down, and this man's kingdom is being, taken from him, and chaotic situations is happening across the nations, perplexity within the nations. But we understand that though he is going down, a nation in a kingdom such as Babylon the Great doesn't just go down all at once. It has to be systematically brought down. Well, it is being systematically brought down by the elites, but it's not just all at once and it just boom. But it's over time and it corrodes, and ultimately until the Lord bring this motherfucker down, man. All right, but we're seeing it, man. We're seeing this place corrode. We're seeing this place circle the drain. So it says here, reading on. We're gonna go back to that other video now in a second, but it says, "Thou shalt understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." All right, so I'm gonna read. Here it says, for verse 5, 2 Esdras 9:5. For it says, "For it's like as that is." It says, "For it's like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." And the end's like it, but the end is manifest for Babylon the Great. And basically, once Babylon is taken out of the way, Yahawashi would have been then have made his second return, and we're gonna take the rulership from all of these other nations, and it's gonna be given unto, or the dominion in the kingdom is going to be given unto the nation of Israel. All right, and that's what's happening before our eyes. An end is manifest, man. All right, and once it's the end of Babylon, it's going to be the end for all you other nations as well, because none of you other nations are going to have any type of rulership. Not Russia, not China, none of you will have any type of rulership after the destruction of Babylon is executed. All right, but it says verse 5. It says, "Even so shall the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful words and endings and effects and signs." So this place is going out. It's not just gonna be regular, or it's gonna be like it says here, powerful works and effects and signs. So it's gonna be omens to this place being destroyed, and spectacular sights to see, and things that are going to be happening in the earth that's going to let us know, via prophecies and things of that nature, that, hey, this place is going down. And we're seeing that, and we're going to continue to see that, and it's going to intensify at a very high level. So let's go back and let's go back to where were we? Subscribe and be edified to this particular brother. He makes a lot of edifying content, as far as videos and things of that nature. Let's get this, and then we'll continue on. It says the plague's gonna take this place on every side, man. On every side, man. So there's no place you can go, there's no place you can run to, ultimately, to avoid the destruction and death and judgment that's going to be brought upon the people. All right, the only way to get out of this judgment and death is to ultimately be of the hopeful elect, man, and to have faith, man, and ultimately just be predestinated from the very beginning to receive this truth and be beamed up, man. Ultimately, whether you be beamed up or you be a martyr, you're still going to be of the elect, because the martyrs are going to be the first ones to rise, according to the scriptures, on the ships, on the chariots, man. Because death isn't really death. Death is only death isn't the final end all be all as people commonly think it is. They just truly don't have any understanding of the scriptures. We're gonna come back. We're gonna be brought back if we be of that number, and we're gonna rule with our Lord Yahawashi in the chariots, and we're gonna come down. That's what the scriptures speak about. New Jerusalem coming down. But ultimately, let's get into this video and see what this brother's saying, because he's going into current events and current chaos that's happening in abroad and things of that nature, and also he's going into things that's going on this side, which is where we are in America. And he also has an issue, which I'll speak on, about why we going to work. And but you gotta handle your business. But I understand his sentiment. But yeah, it is what it is. So I'm gonna play this video, and we're gonna get we're gonna read off and break down the precepts that's in the video, and then we're gonna get our own couple precepts and wrap this up.
Why are we still going to work? Why are we still going to work? Don't y'all see what's going on right now on our planet? Our planet is on fire. On fire. If you don't know what's going on, let me break it down to you, okay? Kenya had a situation. Riots in Kenya. Uganda had a situation. Riots in Uganda. Venezuela had crappy elections. After that, you know what happened? Riots in Venezuela. England is having a situation as we speak. Riots in England. The United States of America barely has a president. Barely. The US is having one of the most controversial and dangerous elections ever. Ever. Because the results of these elections is gonna decide whether or not the United States is gonna be the United States or it's gonna become something else. That's wild. Wild. Canada just deported a whole lot of immigrants. What's going on? What's going on? Japan stock market just plummeted. Out of nowhere, just plummeted. The United States stock market lost trillions of money, just like that. It just happened overnight. Boom, the money was gone. And everybody just like, oh, let's go to work tomorrow. Everything's gonna be okay. We just gotta go to work. Why are we still going to work? Why are we still going to work? Why are we still going to work? I think I was done. I'm not done. The civil war in Sudan, the genocide of the Palestinians, the genocide in Congo. Iran is getting ready to send fire to Israel. Lebanon is getting ready to join Iran to send fire to Israel. Iran is telling the United States, don't get into this. This is not your business.
All right, so he goes on and go on. He goes into things and shit, but ultimately, it's global unrest and global chaos around the world at this very point in time, and this is the very same things that the Lord Yahawashi warned us that was going to be going on before he comes. And not only that, we got the World War III cooking up in the works. Ezekiel 38 coming to pass. Or it's being brought forth, because we understand that the least of the flock, which is going into these Amalekites, going into these so-called Jews over here in the land of Israel, are going to be used to bring forth and basically goad these other nations into this world war, man. So war is on its way, man. According to the scriptures, the third woe comes quickly, does it not? So let's get that. Let's get that precept, third woe. That third woe is representation of destruction. This is Revelations 11:14 said the third woe is past. The second woe is past. That second woe representation of World War II. But here it says, "And behold, the third woe cometh quickly." The third woe is ultimately the third woe is war, and that's finna get ready to be set up, and we're seeing that be set up before our eyes, and we're seeing the alliances be set up. All right, before our eyes. All right. Let's get this in Joel. I think that's Joel 3. Jump. This is Joel 3 and 9. It says, proclaim ye among the Gentiles. These Gentiles are talking about actual Gentiles as far as outside of the nation of Israel. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles and prepare war and wake up the mighty men and let all the men of war draw near. All right. So that's what's happening at this current point in time. War is getting ready to be drawn near. So let me get a precept on, let me get a video. Let me get this, because this is something I've seen. Let me get this right here. So ultimately, before we get the video, let me go back to the precept and read it again. It says, but claim ye this among the Gentiles. So the Gentiles consist of these Russians, these Iranians, these, the scriptures speak about them and name them as, the Carmanians, if we're talking about the Iranians. And then, you got the dragons of Arabia, which goes into these Ishmaelite and Muslim based countries over there in the Middle East as well. Okay, they're gonna have a part in prophecy as well as bringing down this great whore, or bringing down Babylon as well. So not only just Russia, but Russia is going to be that main deterrent and main what's the word I'm looking for? The main tool that's going to be used to be brought against the Western Hemisphere, that's going to lead to this place's ultimately annihilation, destruction. Russia ultimately is going to be leading that charge, as it speaks about in Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, because Russia is going to be a guard unto all of these lesser nations. All right, but hey, it says here, reading on, I will sell your sons. No, Slackies. That's my bad. So jumping down here to verse 9, going to 10, it says, beat your plowshares into hooks and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say I am strong. So all these nations now are finna be brought ultimately to fight World War III, and that's gonna be fought in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahawashi, which goes into the Lord's judgment. All right, in that particular region is over there in that Persian Gulf region, that so-called Middle Eastern region at the borders. All right. But it says, in verse 11, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves round about. And I will cause my mighty ones to come down, and let all the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, which is Yahawashi. It says, for there I will sit and judge all the heathen round about. So all of these heathens and these, the Northern Army, which is America's army, okay, and these nations are going to be brought into this world war, mainly through Israel, and their problems and issues with Israel, and they're ultimately all going to be brought into that into this particular valley, and that's why you got the Euphrates River drying up and everything. So the way for these armies and these kings to do battle in this Third World War is being brought. All right, the Lord is making moves in the earth, so that these particular prophecies, of the third woe, and all that can be brought to fruition, can be brought to pass. It says, assemble yourselves, verse 11, assemble yourselves together and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, and cause my mighty ones, which are the angels, to come down, O Lord, Yahawah. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. And this goes into that third war. This is where the heathen are going to be ultimately fighting amongst themselves, and Yahawashi is going to come in, make that grand return, and they're going to turn and try to fight Yahawashi as well. And you get that information and his precepts, on that in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, where these military men and these heathens and things like that are going to turn and try to fight against Yahawashi, try to fight against the Lord. All right, and they're going to be destroyed, without a second thought, ultimately. So let's read on. Let's get there. All right, so ultimately, as you see, Russia's being a guard unto these other nations. They're giving them weapons. They're giving them this. They're giving them that. They're basically, they have deals with these particular nations. They have particular financial pacts, BRICS, and all that. So ultimately, Russia's fulfilling prophecy. So let's read this and see what it says. Because I don't know what that video is if they're finna explain it or not. But anyway, it says Israel's Channel 12 has revealed the weapons Russia sent to Iran amid warfares. Russia reportedly transferred the Iskander missile system and the Marman BNEWs to Iran's using the 1L-76 military transport aircraft. The report comes as former Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu is in Tehran. All right, okay. Rock it. All right, so shit is going on right now, as you can see. So let me I wanted to get back into this a little bit, touch on this. The person in the video, he spoke on some of these things, but I took a screenshot of this because I felt like it was edifying. I wanted to, show it. This might actually be the thumbnail, probably, maybe, but it says latest developments in the world, says markets crashing across the globe. It says U.S. recession fears spark off international sell-offs in markets. So ultimately, people don't want to be all fucked up, so they're selling off all their shit because they fear the U.S. gonna fucking default on all their shit, which the U.S. is ultimately like $33 trillion in debt. All right, so ultimately, you can't trust in uncertain riches. You can't trust in America, period, because this place is finna be fucking melted off the face of the earth. It's finna be destroyed. So the only thing that you can really put your hope in, according to the scriptures, is Yahawashi, ultimately. So you gotta keep that in mind. It says oil down, crypto down, stocks down. All that is not gonna save you. It's not gonna deliver you. It says Iran preparing to attack Israel. This is also true as well because they swore to get revenge for because the U.S. killed another one of their generals over there in I want to say, I don't know if it's Tehran or is it Iran. Ultimately, one of those Iranian generals, according to the news, they got put to death, by the U.S. And so they're vowing, retaliation against Israel for that. So that could stir things up and that can intensify things. It says Iran preparing to attack Israel. It says Bangladesh prime minister resigns amidst deadly protests. Yep. It says UK riots and protests in Venezuela. So there's protests and chaos and anarchy amongst the people. You understand? So let me see here. I go. And they're also speaking about a draft. I want to get this, but I wanted to go. Hold on, Slovakia. This is Joel 2:20. It says, "But I will remove far from you the northern army." That northern army is going to, over here, the North American army. Because why? Because they're gonna go over there to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, go over there and have battle and do battle with these nations, and they're gonna be goaded and going to battle because they're gonna have to go and defend Israel because Israel is gonna do some stupid shit and get them all involved. And so the U.S. is gonna back Israel, and and go against Iran. And Iran is going to be backed by Russia, going into that Ezekiel the 38th chapter, going into how that Magog, Magog is going to be a guard unto these lesser nations. All right, but it says, "I will remove off from you the northern army," which is going into this North American Babylon, the great army. It says, "And will drive him into a land barren and desolate, all right, with his face towards the east sea." And his hinder part towards the utmost sea, and his stick shall come up, and his savor shall come up because he have done great things. All right, now I had to write this shit down, but the East Sea is going into Salat. East Sea is going into the Euphrates, and the utmost sea is going into the Red Sea. So they're going over there, into that Middle Eastern region, and they're finna have some combat. It's finna ultimately intensify. So hold on, let me go back here. So lock in. Get another precept here. Trying to see what I want. Right, yeah, we can get Psalms 38, and we're gonna probably end it off here. But yeah, Ezekiel 38, going into 39, is finna jump off the page, and we're finna see, ultimately, ultimately, it's like yawning and shit. Ultimately, we're finna see wars finna be brought, financial collapse is finna be brought, a new world order finna be brought, a new financial system as far as buying and selling is finna be brought, and continual intensification of distress and nations rising against nation and people against people is finna be brought. All right, because this whole kingdom is divided against itself, right? And if a kingdom is divided against itself, how can it then stand? So let's get Ezekiel 38, and we're gonna go into this, and then that's really gonna be it, through the spirit, and just gonna basically keep a watch out and continue to monitor, these prophecies, and hope, that when the destruction and all this does come upon us, that the Lord Yahawashi has predestinated us to have hope in Him, and has given us this faith so that we can be delivered, man. Right? Because there's plenty of people who don't have this understanding, who don't know what's going on, who are basically going to be asked out in that time. And hey, it is what it is. You either hearken or you don't. So we're finna get into this Ezekiel